Hi, I just wanted to do a planner recap for 2021. So it's like my first year of planning, and it's been kind of fun. It started off just sort of randomly on a whim, and then I started a planner Instagram and kind of fell down the YouTube rabbit hole, and it's just been something really fun for me to do. My name is Natalie, by the way, so let's see. I'm gonna say this started, I don't actually have what I started with, and I wouldn't even call it a planner. It was a half happy planner classic. I think they call it a skinny classic. It was just the happy notes that I found at a grocery outlet. And then, so I kind of thought it was really cute. I looked it up. I found that they did planners. And then I think they had one at the grocery outlet. So I went back and got one. And then it just sort of evolved from there. And I started with, so this is kind of like my archive. I started in this, and I started in March, I think it was. And just doing this, and it was kind of fun, but I think I got too wrapped up in like stickers and making it sort of like scrapbook cute, if you could say, that I didn't want to. It was just overwhelming. It became stressful and not really functional for me. Like, this white space is not conducive to me writing on it, and I found that I did actually like writing stuff down versus using my phone. It's just kind of quicker to write stuff down, and instead of having to get my phone. Like, I hate the apps. I've tried a few. It's not my thing. So I did this for personal, and then I switched over for work, and then this was kind of my work one that I had started. And the thing I liked about this is having like a separate space for projects, so I could kind of keep notes to specific things together, instead of just all jumbled up in like one basic like spiral notebook or like a legal pad that I was used to using for work. So that was one thing that kind of I learned from the happy planners, was that I like that. And then I think around May-ish, I found a Risen You on YouTube, Monique Smith, and she is big on her notebooks, like Moleskine, Moleskine, Stalogies, that kind of thing. So I guess April. So I started, this is just a Moleskine classic that I think I cut down to standard size. And so I used this. I sort of switched to kind of like a bullet journal setup and had like a day for each page, which I liked because then I could write stuff down, notes, thoughts, brain dumps. I did some journaling. And so that was, that was fun. And then at this point, I think I found getting things done. And so I found Brandy Michelle Plans, and I watched all of her videos. And then from there, I stumbled onto Ink Imperfections, and she was in a standard TN. And so I got one of those, but I've also kind of was all over the place. So here's my standard TN that I was in for, what is this one? May. So I was in for a while. I had my monthly, kind of very inspired by Amanda setup. So my month on 2 pages, and then I had my dot grid daily bullet journal, which is very much sort of the same idea here, just in these smaller notebooks. I tried like a weekly, it didn't really do good, and this was my current. I had a couple of these. So that was fun. And then we moved and things got crazy, and I sort of stopped planning for a while, but I was in this. This is kind of all over the place, but that's kind of how this year was with planning all over the place. I tried to stick a journal in there at one point. I don't really like this paper, so it didn't stick around, and whoops, we moved. Here's all of like our receipts and paint swatches and notes on the rooms and things and projects and mortgages and all that boring stuff. So this was all together, and this is a Moterm traveler's notebook, which was nice, and I was using this kind of as my wallet, but it's just so big and it was really heavy, and I had like one purse that this fit into, so it wasn't something I wanted to do long term. But at some point in between, I got a Hobonichi Techo, and then I saw some YouTube videos and they had put them on discs or in rings, and I was really inspired, and so I cut it down, and it didn't work. I ended up like butchering the book, unfortunately, because this was working well for me, so I had to just sort of abandon it and move back to the standard, but I love the paper, of course, and the size is small enough to just kind of throw in your purse. I got the weekly supplement to go with it. I do like a vertical weekly. I found I'm not much of a horizontal weekly person. So this was fun. And then I had a passion planner because I think prior to 2021, so 2020-ish, when we had started working from home, I got like a knockoff passion planner on Amazon, and I used that, and that was kind of like the extent of my planning. So I got this thinking, oh, you know what? I remember really liking that. Let's get a passion planner and kind of try that. And so I did it for a little bit, but what I found was that I didn't like, it's just like very specific layout. Like there's not much flexibility here. So it wasn't something I could sort of stick with. I tried to put some like notes in the back and things, and it wasn't for me. It's very pretty though. Like I love green, is my favorite color, and this is just so pretty. So then after we moved, as a sort of gift for myself because life was stressful, moving is so stressful. Oh, I got a cousin, Hobonichi cousin, and I started using this. It didn't get it. When did I get it? This is March, no, January start? February? Spring. Okay. We moved, definitely not in spring. It was late. Yeah. So like I think the fall. And so I was using this to track, you know, just as my planner, and then I was trying to track like stuff for my son's school, and then I realized like I needed more space, so I started using it to do his school stuff, like spirit days and homework and what they're learning, just so I can sort of stay on top of it, not like to get on his case or anything, but just sort of like, you know, to be aware of what my kid is learning in school and have conversations about it. And so there's some just brainstorm of things to do and use this for. And then, gosh, how long has it been? A month or so? 2 months ago-ish. Anxiety hit me pretty hard, and I stopped planning. Like everything was too overwhelming. I couldn't do anything. Yeah, so this is all blank, which makes me kind of sad because this is a really nice book. But what I'm doing is using it as a work planner now. Until like the back pages I was using for notes and just, yeah, random things. And this is gonna end soon. So I'm running out of some space. So I've got something in the works, but I like this size for work, I found. What I was using before this for work was, let's get this, personal philo books, which I've shown before on my Instagram. I've got, you know, month on 2 pages from Peanut Planner Co. And this sort of yearly fold out that I track my time off, and then I have some things to keep track of my leave balances. And then this were some moleskin pages that I cut out. I did try using like the Filofax things that it comes with, but I needed more space for each day. I kind of like to use my dailies as to keep track of my to-dos, because my email gets crazy, and then at the end of the day I have to like submit a report of, you know, what I did that day, since I am still teleworking. I have these to-dos that I was using as a waiting on, so, you know, if I send an email, things get lost in my Outlook, so I like to kind of write things down so that I don't forget, because that was happening before, is I'd send something and then forget that, you know, I needed something and the person wouldn't respond, and like a month would pass. Then I have projects, so that's as nice as having things kind of sectioned out for each project so I can keep track. I did like a little Kanban board of the status of different things, and then I just kind of keep everything in here by tabs, and then this is like my notes. And what happened is I ran out of, I was using these white pages. I had cut out some of the moleskin from this that were done, that I hadn't used, and I kind of cut them down and put them in here. And then I ran out of pages, and I don't like the colored pages to write on. It's just kind of annoying. And this I was using for my freelance, which I'm sort of on a pause now. But so this is this. It's a good system. It's just not big enough. So I'm moving into A5, not rings though. But we'll see what happens with that. And then for 2022, I have my pen. This Chic Sparrow A6 that I got used on Mercari. It's very, very pretty. So I'm using this as my wallet, and then I have an A6 Techo undated, day free, and so this day free. Moving back, because I really liked this. I really liked the size, and it worked. So, and then I like the freedom of not having the dates, so that if I don't need it, then it's not like wasted, which, you know, you could just write over. But so I have the day free, and I'm using this to track like my cycle and paydays, and there's space for more. I think I'm using this as a gratitude log. And then you've got your monthlies, which is just really basic, normal stuff. And then, so what my plan is for 2022, which I don't know if this is going to work, but here's the plan, is to have vertical weeklies. And I actually cut out a few for these up like last week, this week, and cut them and tip them in, because I don't know, I was afraid to commit. I was afraid to write down, which I have, but I'm doing a vertical weekly so that I can have, it's sort of like, I'm looking at it as like a condensed cousin. So I've got my weeklies, and then in the back, you've got dailies. So I have my vertical weeklies, and then in the back, I have some space for my dailies, which this is all I've started. So this is all weeklies, and I counted it out for 52 weeks. And I might play around, like some of them the weekend stacked to give my extra column more space, but I don't know. So I just drew up January, and then we'll see if I like, you know, the 7 spots for the week, or having Saturday and Sunday stacked. And then in the back, I've got some extra pages for my dailies, but it's not a lot. I think there's like 1 page per week, and that's probably not going to be enough. And especially since like I had some notes from a personal call this morning, and so I had to like write it all down, and we'll see how it goes. I might try and do like columns, but I don't know if that's really gonna save me much space. So then in the back I had some things for lists for like, I like to keep track of our bills, just like that they were paid, when we pay them. Most of this is automatic, and like how much it was, just to, you know, keep track of that. Good grown-up thing to do. For my 100, I've got some ideas of what to use this for. And then in the back I've got an order tracker tipped in, and then I cut some paper from my Rhodia notebook and I tipped these in, but they're not really, these are kind of like my to do my lists, I don't know, next actions. This was sort of from Brandy Michelle Plans and Econ Imperfections, but I've got, which it worked well for me in this standard side. I use that a lot, kind of just like a brain dump and then categorize them. But I don't think it's gonna work in this. So what my thought is, oh, and then I have, this is a passport TN thing. I could just buy an A6 one. Oops, don't look at that. But I don't know. This works. And this I made out of, this is a file folder, like one of those hanging file folders. And this is Happy Planner divider that I didn't use because it was outdated. So I made a little pocket, and then I've got a field notes in the back for notes and things. So that's what I'm doing. What I'm thinking, I don't know if this back section is gonna work for my list, so I'm thinking of doing, where is it? A pocket rings, which I have up there. I just don't want to get up and grab it. So that is my my year in review. I had Happy Planner, lots of Happy Planner. I sold quite a bit of stuff too. It was a big de-stash. It's, you know, it's cute. It's just, it's not functional for me. These are nice though. I should figure out a way to use these notes pages. I think I had some nice like graph paper too. I think I used it. Yeah, some of it. And then my kid wrote, scribbled in it. So I moved from Happy Planner to a standard moleskin, sort of like a day on a page bullet journal, to a standard TN, which I do really like, and to an A6 Hobonichi, and this was just, this didn't really, I mean, it kind of got used, but, and then to this for work, which this was like the one constant thing, was this, and Hobonichi to now for 2022. So yeah, I hope this was an interesting video. I find it really fun to watch people's kind of journey, and so if you liked it, let me know. Leave some comments. I have some ideas for other things to share. I'm not really sure what this channel will be. I have a lot of kind of interest, so yeah, look at, oh my goodness, all these stickers. I got rid of a lot of stickers too. It was crazy. It became about the stickers, and it wasn't so much about the planner being useful as just like cute, which, you know, if that's your thing, that's great, but I actually like need some organization to keep my brain sane. But anyway, thanks for watching.